Well, hello. I'm here in Dark Delicacies, Burbank's official crypt of terror, to explore the future of horror. And I'm joined by some of my best friends. Jay Sanderson, the writer of Mother of Tears, Night of the Demons, the upcoming Schism. Brian Collins, the maniac who's been watching a horror movie a day for how many years now?
6 years now.
6 years now.
God bless you.
And Ryan Turek, the editor-in-chief of Shot Till You Drop, the most important horror site on the internet. And we're here right now to try to figure out what the hell is happening with the future of horror. I'm Devin Faraci, and this is Badass Digest. I've convened this session because it feels like horror is at an interesting crossroads, because I grew up as like sort of a pretty hardcore gore hound, and that was really kind of edgy. That's changed a lot. We now have a world where every single Sunday night at 9 o'clock, zombies are munching guts on prime time in front of an audience bigger than many NBC shows. First, let's talk about how we got here. How did we end up in a world where this kind of extreme gore is mainstream?
The one thing that zombie stories all have in common is it's the end of the world. And there's something that right now is obviously so appealing to people about that.
Right.
Walking Dead, I mean, I've been watching it since the first season, and I think the gore has just they've just pushed it more.
It's just more and more extreme.
It's shovels through skulls and knives through eyes. I mean, There's no shortage of it.
And we've sort of proven with, Warm Bodies or even Zombieland, you don't have to go extreme to do a good zombie movie or a good zombie story, but the show is going extreme and people are eating it up. So that's not a pun. I guess it is a zombie pun.
It is a pun, yeah. I think a lot of things have kind of helped the mainstream audience become more accepting of this. YouTube has also opened the door. There's a certain sense of leniency. We don't have these big parental groups anymore like we did in the 80s. Right. Going, Tom Savini's effects are terrible, and they're the devil.
So I guess the question is, where does it go now? Because once you have gut munching on cable television, the people who are making edgy movies have got to go somewhere else. You watch a movie every single day. Are you seeing people pushing it harder?
No, I mean, it's funny to me because like most of what I'm seeing now is like the found footage stuff. And those are traditionally kind of tame, like they're all paranormal wannabes. So it's like, if I want to see something really extreme and hardcore, I have to turn on AMC. Because like the stuff that like is like unrated DVD, and then it's just like some like walking around an asylum somewhere with a video camera.
Come on, everybody, when it comes to you, say your name.
This is ridiculous.
Hey, I'm just trying to make a movie here.
For you as a screenwriter, do you feel that these open boundaries, do you feel that in what you're able to get to do, or do you actually see the open boundaries and kind of want to pull back and not go as extreme?
I'm interested in exploring different kinds of horror. I mean, I think that there are only so many ways you can splatter blood and split someone open with a chainsaw. After a while, that gets really boring, and I'm more interested in exploring sort of Cronenbergian body horror or uncomfortable things, sexual horror.
I found that sexuality and violence overseas are frowned upon. Like foreign investors and foreign buyers who are looking at projects, they're now like cringing at the super violence. Well, what about sex? No. I'm like, what do you guys want?
Really?
Exactly.
We always got foreign movies because they had boobs in them. You had brought up the found footage. You see a million found footage movies. Do you think we're hitting the end of that wave?
I hope so.
How much more footage is there to find?
It's just sad because it's not a genre. It's not zombies. It's not slashers. It's all genres using that as a gimmick.
But does anybody like found footage?
When it's done well?
Yeah, they're good, I mean, I liked the first Paranormal a lot. I liked 3 a lot. Cloverfield's great.
But are people sick of it though, just as a form, or is this just going to keep going?
Well, we've only seen it tested on like independent movies, so
it's
really hard to gauge that because the found footage subgenre gravitates towards independent films that you only see like either on VOD or DVD. Like the big releases are reserved for Paranormal Activities and Cloverfields and stuff like that. And The Devil Inside, I mean, and that was a hit.
Blair Witch has some really great moments.
I'm scared to close my eyes. I'm scared to open them.
And
Cannibal Holocaust I can't watch, but
I watched it once. Yeah.
I've seen it like a dozen times. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies.
Oh, good Lord. It's unbelievable. It's horrible.
So horror is super cyclical. I mean, just the things come, they come back, and they come back in different ways. I mean, can you guys sort of see what comes around the corner?
And this is dangerous. You can't do that.
Yeah, what I would love to see an end of or a tapering off of is the reboot, remake, pre-branded phase, but that's more than just horror. That's
Hollywood.
That's Hollywood.
Whenever anybody says like some horror remakes are good, and then they always list the same 4, and almost all of those are like movies that the filmmakers wanted to make. Like, it was something that they were passionate about, like The Blob. Like, those guys really wanted to do a new Blob, you know, for the 80s. And now it's like, it's the backwards. The studio gets the rights and, you know, finds somebody to do it. And that's why most of them stink, because nobody has like a burning desire to remake Prom Night.
Yeah, I don't want horror to be reputable. I mean, like, there's something cool. There's something cool that, like, Silence of the Lambs going to the Oscars and everything like that. But on some level, I want horror to upset everybody's mom. I do want the mom groups.
We don't have that anymore. We definitely don't have that anymore.
Horror fans are the best fandom in the world because they're sort of the most open-minded and they're the most booster-oriented. Do you find that this is only improving in the digital age? That horror fandom is only getting better?
For the most part, like, the horror fans are well-read and they know what they want and they know what they don't like. But the thing is, it's a whole generational thing. The stuff that I particularly like and hold near and dear is definitely not what the new generation loves whatsoever. In fact, I'm called retarded sometimes for liking some of the movies because they're
What is your most retarded movie that you like?
Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive might be mentally disabled.
No, it is. It's no doubt.
I mean,
it's a special needs film.
It is, yeah.
It's a special needs film that I take out in water.
It can't tie its own shoelaces. I'm just saying. Like,
Jesus coming and he is.
who is the most exciting young filmmaker in horror today?
Yikes, I just want to get a job.
Well, if there's somebody you've been meeting with, this is a good time to drop their name.
Come back to me.
All right, Ryan, you're on the spot.
I'm on the spot. I want to say Brandon Cronenberg. I loved Antiviral. Nobody has seen it yet. It's coming out this year. But I think that if there's anybody to follow in his dad's footsteps, it's him. I think he did a really tremendous job with the movie, and he's got some really great ideas.
I'm hoping like hell that your next connects with people, because I'd love to see what Wingard could come up with next.
It's the most unique
Wingard
movie.
Yeah.
Who are you excited about?
Well, I'm interested to see horror pilots that are being developed. I mean, I like the general idea of Penny Dreadful and Wonderland and a couple of these ideas that are taking classic horror literature or Alice in Wonderland and sort of mashing them up. So I'm really hoping that one of those ideas hits and really works. It's a hard thing to do well.
The guys I'm excited about are not even really horror guys, kind of. Jason Eisner, who is sort of a gonzo exploitation thing, but his segment of VHS2, I think, is one of the best uses of found footage in a really unique, up way. I loved it.
Jason Eisner's out of VHS2.
Yeah.
I thought that was the weakest one. And this is no disrespect to Jason Eisner, because I'm sure he'll be watching
this.
this.
Is a lot of disrespect.
No disrespect to Jason. I like Jason's stuff. But
Jason
again, I feel like Jason needs to do something way outside of his wheelhouse, because we already know what to expect from him. Having seen Hobo with a Shotgun, Maybe Sees a Death, and seeing VHS2, it's like, I want to pull away the 80s veneer and go, now do something like, do something else.
Well, my understanding is you're not going to be getting that anytime soon, so. Well, guys, Brian's a giant pussy and has to leave. It's really killing our whole vibe here, so I apologize. But I want to thank you all for coming. Jace, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you can come back again.
I'd love to.
Ryan, thank you so much. We'd love to have you back on again. Brian, you're never coming back because you have really blown it for us tonight. So you go screw.
Yeah.
So, guys, so it's shocktilyoudrop.com. Brian, for the time being, Horror Movie Day.
Horror Movie Day.
When that ends in 16 days?
March 31st.
What is the first thing you're going to do after Horror Movie Day is over?
I took the day out of work, and I really just want to like stare at a wall and just like keep telling myself that I don't have anything to do.
Let's go climb a mountain.
Well, I'm going to go to Harmontown. No, I'm not exercising.
Go climb a mountain with me. Go hike.
So, you guys at home, so what are your thoughts on the future of horror? What is your favorite genre? Are you excited for more found footage? Do you think the exorcism thing is totally hot? Are you way into gore, or are you looking for a return to family values kind of horror, like G-rated monster movies?
Ghost Dad.
Ghost Dad, the return of Ghost Dad. Let us know in the comments below. Tell us your favorite horror movies. Tell us what horror movie you're most excited for in 2013. Subscribe so you don't miss a single episode going forward. Share with all your friends on Twitter and Facebook, and be back here again next week. I'll be doing something totally different, just as badass. My name is Devin Faraci, and this is Badass Digest.
Get your film fix. Subscribe to Cinefix.